Warning, this video is not targeted to kids and may be inappropriate to younger audiences. Your discretion is advised. Hello, dudes and dudettes. It's your favorite Rigid Gamer Mix 17 here, and I am back once again for another Subnautica Let's Explore. Now, today, of course, as the title suggests, we will be exploring the Sparse Reef. Now, the Sparse Reef is a little bit interesting due to the fact of what it is. Now, do I remember exactly where it is? Kind of. Due to the fact that that's only if I could avoid the danger and not die. Anywho, so the Sparse Reef kind of runs in a very weird area, but as all other biomes, it runs within its own little thing. That, of course, being going as far deep as 310 meters, or roughly around that amount. Am I here? Oh. Yes, I am here. I'm like, am I even here? I don't even know if I'm in the right biome now. Yes, I am. Sparse Reef, you can tell because of these interesting looking like pillars, things which will go very high and then drop down somewhat very steeply. Now, the Sparse Reef has its own abundance of resources, including giant things that you need to excavate a tiny bit. Wow, I forgot how much the open space this thing is. Other than that, though, it also has its own outcrops, such as shale and sandstone. It also has an alien vent entrance, and it kind of dips down into its own tiny little... Hey, look, there it is. A tiny little cave system, which I have not fully explored yet due to the fact of just how many times I've gotten lost. It has a few wrecks as well. Now, the only thing about this thing is that as terrifying as this thing looks, there are technically no real threats other than, of course, the really crazy tiger plants that like to shoot spikes and stuff at you. And maybe the possibility of a ghost leviathan just somehow spawning in here because because of game spawning. But other than that, though, this place is relatively safe, as scary as it seems. I remember when I first came across this thing, I was really waiting for me to die. Oh yeah, that thing's not spawning. But yeah, there's also this really large wreckage, which doesn't really have an official name, but I like to call it the Arch. I think I switched biomes. I think I may have switched biomes. But yeah. Now we're only exploring the Sparse Reef. Well, that's all we're doing. But yeah, I need to get my bearings straight because the Sparse Reef is very bare in a handful of areas, and that's a new biome. So it's very easy to just accidentally leave this area. But yeah, other than that, though, it's very interesting to just go into and explore a bit. I'm only staying close to this ground just because of how difficult it is to see stuff. I mean, look at that. Look at that. And there's... The heck hit me? Okay then, never mind. Second threat is invisible creatures. I don't know what hit me there. Anywho, so, yeah, that's kind of the Sparse Reef, because I think over there is the Grand Reef. Yep, that's the Grand Reef. So yeah, the Sparse Reef is kind of like sandwiched between the Grand Reef, for obvious reasons, because the thing is huge, and what's next to it? I think it's the Sea Treader's Path, I think. But yeah, so thank you everyone for joining me in this grand adventure of Subnautica Let's Explore. I know this one's not exactly the most interesting, but Jesus, I can't see a thing. But it is something to explore, that regardless of what biome it is. And yeah, goodbye.